You felt it. That strange question from a new acquaintance. That last-minute request from a colleague that feels just a little too demanding. It was not a random interaction. It was a test. And you were being graded without ever seeing the exam. Most people fail these tests, and it quietly costs them respect. This isn't paranoia. It is a fundamental aspect of social dynamics. Humans are constantly and often subconsciously mapping their social environment. They need to know who you are. Where do your boundaries lie? How solid is your confidence? Can you be pushed around, or do you command your space? These small social challenges are probes. They are feelers sent out to gather data. A friend asking for an unreasonable favor isn't necessarily trying to use you. They are subconsciously asking, how much can I ask of this person? A boss questioning your decision isn't always doubting your competence. They are asking, do they stand by their convictions? These are silent negotiations for respect, and they happen every day in offices, cafes, and even at home. The goal is not to judge others for doing this, but to understand the game so you can navigate it with intention. There are 3 common tests you face constantly. First, the boundary test. This is often disguised as a small, inconvenient request. A coworker asks you to stay late to help with their project, even though you have your own deadline. A friend consistently asks to borrow money, starting with small amounts. The test is not whether you are nice enough to say yes. The test is whether you respect your own time and resources. Passing this test does not require a harsh no. It requires a calm, firm statement of your own priorities. I can't right now. I need to focus on completing my own work. No apology, no elaborate excuse. You simply communicate that your boundaries are real and non-negotiable. Second, the disagreement test. Someone in a position of authority or someone seeking status will present a slightly flawed idea or an opinion as fact. They watch to see if you will nod along to maintain harmony. Your boss might say, "We're all in agreement that this new strategy is the only way forward, right?" The test is your willingness to think for yourself. The weak response is immediate, placating agreement. The powerful response is respectful inquiry. I agree with the goal, but I have a question about one part of the execution. Have we considered this potential risk? This signals that you are an engaged, independent thinker, not just a follower. You add value beyond simple compliance. Third, the value test. This is more subtle. In a conversation, someone might subtly ignore your point, talk over you, or dismiss your contribution with a quick, unexplained rejection. That won't work. And then they move on. They are testing your self-worth. Will you shrink and accept the dismissal, or will you hold your space? The correct response is not to become defensive or aggressive. It is to calmly reclaim the floor with a simple question. Could you elaborate on why you see it that way? This simple act forces them to justify their dismissal and puts the focus back on your idea. It communicates that your contributions have weight and deserve consideration. The fundamental shift is this: stop viewing these moments as personal attacks. They are not. They are simply questions. Every test is an inquiry into your character, your boundaries, and your self-perception, and your response is the answer. You are continuously teaching the world how to treat you. When you react with anger or insecurity, you fail. You show that you are easily destabilized. But when you learn to respond with calm, unwavering self-possession, something profound happens. The tests become less frequent. People learn your rules without you ever having to state them. You are no longer being graded because you have already passed. You have defined the terms of your own respect.